Well, dozens of people have been killed in a new wave of anti-government protests in Ethiopia. Several thousand people gathered in Bahir Dar on the northwest on Sunday. Amnesty International says 30 people were killed in the wider Amhara region and another 67 died in violence in Oromia in central western Ethiopia. The government says the protests are illegal. Ethiopia has had several anti-government protests in recent months. Two of the biggest ethnic groups in the states of Oromia and Amhara are leading those protests. They say they are being excluded from the political process and economic development that's benefiting the capital, Addis Ababa. The vast majority of the population are either Amhara or Oromo. But Ethiopia's leadership is in the hands of the minority Tigrayan community. Hassan Hussein is an Oromo rights activist, writer and academic. He was speaking with my colleague Rahila Muhammad, and he said the demonstrations could get more violent.
It appears that hell has broken loose in Oromia and Amhara. These are the regions that are home to almost 2/3 of the population of Ethiopia. The air is filled with deaths and mourning for so many people whose lives have been cut short by the security forces. The protests and the tension centers around three things. Number one, people are looking forward to see that the government put its promise of self-government into practice. Second, the people are looking for an end to Tigrayan domination of the political and economic life of the country. Third, the Ethiopian people, both Oromo and Amhara, are looking forward to seeing a more democratic, multi-plural democracy, a competitive democracy, where the ruling party would present itself for election rather than winning by 100% as it did in the last election.
And sir, do you expect to see these protests continue? And also, what has been the government response so far?
The protests are going to be continuing. I think the situation is going to be bad. It's going to be bloody. I am afraid things may turn out the way of Syria. There are some parallels with Syria because the ruling party is dominated by a small minority group that makes up only 6% of the country's population. It dominates the military. The top price of the military is 99% Tigrayan. The security services are totally dominated by the Tigrayans. The foreign service is totally dominated by the Tigrayans. And all the main economic activities are dominated by the same elite. The government doesn't have any response, any solution other than raining bullets on peaceful protesters.